Whales are making moves in preparation for the BTC halving. XRP is seeing price volatility as well. Are there moves to be made? We're also going to talk about a massive outflow. Billions. Not good, and it's got to do with Coinbase. Whales are making moves. And yes, this is Pokemon. Sup dudes and dudettes, new viewers and old friends. Let's learn, but first, let's start with your comments. For real, I just got done with like a really hard run workout. I am exhausted. I got a cycle session left, and then I got to do another run workout with my wife, and then I got to lift with my wife and my son. Busy day today. Dave Miley says, rinse and repeat, backing my truck up. Again, yeah, we're talking about plays in the market, and he's talking about loading up on some XRP and other good crypto juiciness. Trick is hanging out. This is, I'm buying silver. Trick, we really need to have a talk about that. Let's get an email going back and forth on that, because you know I got a lot of silver, and I know your views on it, but I think we should update ourselves. Reverend Funky says, nailed it again, Klaus. Yeah, we're talking about the data that I shared with you well before, so you saw this coming. Bitcoin's sitting at 65,510 ETH. One of the big losers of the day, 3254. Is 3254, though, really being a loser? Is Bitcoin at 65 really being a loser? No, not really, because like it was touching like ATHs. So like if it's constantly, getting to that ATH time, you're sitting here not really worried if you're pulling back 5% from that, 10% from that. That's not scaring you. But some of the other ones out here are nowhere near their all-time highs, right? One of the things we're going to talk about is XRP opportunities. So look at this. Down 6%, I get it. But still almost at $180.852. I mean, some things have been moving. Even ICP, right? ICP was touching $20. And again, touch the subscribe button if you haven't. And if you have touched the subscribe button, touch the like button. What you consider the like button and what I consider the like button might be two different things, but it is okay to touch it. ICP, right, was at $20. Now, okay, I get it. Down to $17.72, but for real, that was a big move from like, what, $2.50, $3 a couple months ago? All right, let's talk about these outflows. Remember, I bring the news whether it's good or bad. Coinbase sees major BTC outflows. This marks the second significant withdrawal within a week. This time worth nearly $1.2 billion. So billions have moved in the last week. Delving into specifics, Crypto Quant Quick Take Post sheds light on the withdrawal of 17,000 Bitcoin from Coinbase. A spike in this metric is a signal that investors are moving stuff to private wallets. Yes, they are also doing what, everyone? Some people are selling. Some people are buying. The halving event is right around the bend, 17 days in 3 hours. So people are making moves. Listen to this, okay? This talks about the outflows. This is very interesting. Over the past 24 hours, inflow volume spiked by 86%. That's a lot. Yet, it remains down by 26% over the last week and 5.6% down over the last 30 days. Conversely, outflows increased by 20% in the last 24 hours, showing a decrease of 22% over last week and a marginal reduction of 0.35% over the month. So you're seeing whales make the moves, both on the buy side, the sell side, the private wallet side, storage. Maybe they're like, okay, we don't want you to take our crypto away. People are making moves. Maybe they're locking up for the long haul. Maybe they're like, look, you know what? I put some money into it. I'm going to see where this goes. XRP feels the heat. Well, yeah, XRP does feel the heat, but like the whole market's feeling the heat. I mean, Litecoin, okay, up 6%, bucking the trend. I get you right there. Okay, Litecoin, I got you. So, yeah, XRP is down, but it never really pumped as much as BTC, and that's part of what this article goes through, is the heat that XRP has been feeling. Now, I get it. That applies to long-term players, but short-term players, look at this. Your short-term opportunities, February, taking that mid 50, low 50 cent range. Look at that. You had some sell opportunities here. You had quite a bit of action here to get a quick 15, 20% on like, what, a couple weeks of work? I mean, just think about that out loud. So there are opportunities. Now, I get it. When we compare XRP to BTC, I've got for year to date, just to kind of give everyone a thing. You could see, right, the frustration becomes is, okay, yes, there are some opportunities to make some money on the moves. Not a lot. We're not talking like moon and, going crazy and melting faces. No, we're being realistic on this channel. There are some opportunities, but the hodlers haven't really fared well. And that's where the market is starting to show that discrepancy. Look at this. Look at Bitcoin up there, okay? At 58% up year to date, while XRP is essentially sideways. You know, even if we zoom in a little bit and we go into the month, Bitcoin up right here, 11.78% for the month, XRP down 9.3%. So yeah, there is that frustration, and whales are making moves. Whales are making moves with XRP. If you go on Whale Tracker, Whale Alert, you're seeing the moves all the time. People are going on the buy and on the sell side because there's a fair amount of people going, hey, you know what? Halving, we still got more juice left to go. Some people out there are saying, you know what? We've played the ETF volume. ETFs now are starting to show outflows as a whole. You know, let's be real here. GBTC is just, oh God, like there's so much money flowing out of there. That's a bad thing. So you're seeing these plays, but you're also seeing whales go, hey, you know what? I can buy. You're also seeing commenters out there again, you, the viewers, and that's why I shared with you viewers in the beginning, rinse and repeat, backing up my truck again. So there are opportunities to make plays depending on what your goals are. Now, I do understand the discrepancy between comparing XRP to BTC, but again, you want to always compare yourself to the best. Don't be a Weenie Hut Jr. SpongeBob Patrick, can you help us out, my guys? Right? Weenie Hut Jr., Super Weenie Hut Jr., and compare yourself to average. No, compare yourself to the best and use the best as a benchmark. So I do understand the frustration. And I do understand the frustration that if we zoom out, it gets even worse. Yeah, for the year, XRP, you're up 12.7%. You're up 147% on Bitcoin. I understand the frustration. I do. But the halving is really bringing a lot of fuel to the fire. The ETFs seem to be kind of wearing off a little bit the effect. I think we're like, oh, okay, the ETFs, they've made weekends really boring. I mean, they really has because there's no action on the weekends. So you're seeing a lot more players play that ETF market and the volatility within that. So let me know what your plans are, what your thoughts are down below. And tons and tons and tons of electrolytes. Holy crap, and it's not even hot out yet. Now, where is money flowing into? Where are you seeing some juicy price action? Well, you're seeing silver make a move. You're seeing gold break all-time highs. So people are really going to that safe haven asset play. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. What is the safe haven play in crypto? It's Bitcoin. Right? So no wonder Bitcoin is having the most resilience to any correction. No wonder Bitcoin is moving the most as we're approaching the Bitcoin halving event. Because the Bitcoin halving event is going to flush out some miners. When it flushes out the miners, that means those rewards now, which are halved, are going to be going to fewer players. So there's going to be some attrition in the market. Will these companies be able to weather the storm? The miners, right, that are going to have their reserves and they're going to be like, yo, we're not making as much on the rewards. Maybe they didn't upgrade their gear. Well, we're dorking out here, everyone. Maybe they didn't update their mining rigs. So all of a sudden now they're like, look, we got to sell our holdings. That puts more pressure on Bitcoin. If you have that effect where a bunch of these miners just start, as they start mining it, just dumping it in just to keep cash flow going because it's like horrible, you're going to have some problems because remember, credit is expensive. And with credit being expensive, they're going to sit there and go, okay, we could take some loans, but because rates are so high and we've been covering that on this channel, see, this all makes sense. This is macros. This is why things move and how things move. So now when the loans, the business loans are super expensive, it's going to cost them even more, which puts more pressure on them to sell the BTC that they mine right away. So this halving event is kind of like you're seeing, I guess, almost like the internet players like come out. Like, who's going to last? Who's going to last with miners? How much down pressure is the halving event going to have? And will we be able to keep up the momentum even after the halving event? We've already seen that the ETF action is kind of slowing down, right? She's kind of getting a little soft on us. It's like when you first dating like a chick and she does like really like spicy stuff, you know, to kind of keep you going. Or maybe her frequency is like up there, cool, right? Then after a while, that kind of slows down. She's like not doing certain things, and that's okay. We just got a little naughty there, without saying something naughty. But that's the fear now, is that the ETF is kind of losing its luster. And then what's going to happen is what? After the halving event, it's like, oh, shoot, now what do we got left? So is it going to lose its luster even more? Now, that being said, that would make Bitcoin even cheaper, which would mean that the miners that are getting half the rewards of what the normal work would have been are now getting even less than what they got. The weird part about this is if you keep taking this ball and rolling it forward, and this is why people are making plays right now, is because now if Bitcoin all of a sudden becomes worth way less, what happens to a company like MicroStrategy? Their entire stock just... So now it flushes that out, and that's billions. Billions. Sailor's nuts, deep AF, and all of a sudden if his stuff goes down, yeah, he might not sell his BTC, but his stock for his company goes down. Then all of a sudden, everything that he sold off and converted to future debt is now worth like next to nothing, and the dude's reserves just got flushed. Tether owns, what, about 9,000 BTC or so last time I checked. That all of a sudden goes down. That's a fair amount. El Salvador's got their holdings in BTC. Yet we don't know what they're doing with it. They've been a little bit more secretive, but that's fine. But all of a sudden that goes down. Then what happens there? What about all the loans? I did reports on this about a month ago where I said, hey, who's making money? And it was lenders because there was less risk. Now all of a sudden these lenders are like, oh, crap. If the collateral is BTC, and now all of a sudden the collateral is worth half, they're just going to wash them people out. So whales are making moves, and people are locking stuff up. And there is buying out there. PSA stuff, just throwing it out there. Gold, silver, you know the deal. Well, I'm going to hydrate some more because I've got an hour biking session. I just did an hour plus of running before this. I got another run session with my wife later, and lifting later too, so... That's my fun. What's your fun? Let me know down below. I'm going to hydrate. Catch cool cats later.